I think we're back right now. You should tell the previous chat to come over if you're already on YouTube, because my chat died. I still have something I'll talk, but probably another half an hour or so, then we'll probably say, yeah, done. Yeah, okay, I think we're there, yeah. Okay, now that's okay. I don't know why it took so long, but whatever. Where is my... Okay, I found it. It was 3 weeks ago. Was it that long that the thing came about? What the heck? I think this affected my metrics, but whatever. I don't give a fuck anymore. Yes, hi YOE. YOE is alive? What the heck? Yeah, let me go and... This one, right? So I want to talk about this because I think it's relevant to our dear hyperglyph and how it's gonna turn out for our dear Endfield as well. Is the text good enough, or do I have to zoom in? Always has been nice. Right, I have hope for Endfield because of this particular translation. I think it conveys very well what the hyperglyph team is all about and their vision for improving Arknights as like even just the mobile game itself. It's not a medium that's very especially they chose the tower defense aspect. It's not a medium that's very popular and can become like the global phenomenon that it has, because I think Arknights is worldwide, it's global. Everyone's playing it at some point. I've known Africans who play it, I know South Americans who play it, I know you see North Americans who play it, who the Canadians, the United States, people from the United States as well, of America, they playing it as well. There might be a Mexican I knew somewhere, but I can't remember. Then we have Southeast Asia, a bunch of us are playing it. It's huge here. We don't talk about the OG CN side, we're talking more of how much of a global phenomenon it is, right? You know your colleagues don't play. Well, I guess. So, as you can see, they talked about how integrated strategies became a phenomenon, cultural phenomenon in the country itself, in the country of China. A recent viral clip on Chinese social media captures this. An uploader spots a cosplayer of an Arknights character on the subway. When asking to connect, they blurt out two questions. Do you play integrated strategies, or and do you watch Xian Su Bei? Too bad AK, the game is kind of dead in Vietnam. I think it's not dead. It's that the circle of people you know is not there, yeah. Okay, hang on, let me go and check something else. Yeah. Okay. So YouTube side is kind of like drawn out at this point because like I had to restart my stream. I'm sorry, guys. That wasn't supposed to happen, by the way. Uh, Twitch is doing okay though. Huh. That's the Turgy Club. Well-known Chinese. I know about the Turgy Club. I didn't know the Chinese name of it because I wasn't exposed to it until now, at least. I think there's a page that is on like not unlike Wikipedia, I guess, when it comes to like the way they archive esports stuff. So they're doing it on a page itself. No, bingo lockout stuff is there as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think Vietnam cannot buy it right now on the Google Play Store or something. Arknights PvP Mira is Mira has it. No. That's one of them. But apparently on the Arknights wiki, GG, they also chronicle all these. So it's I think it goes both ways. Like there's an alternate archive source as well, to be fair. But I don't fully keep up with all these. Right, so what's that Turgy Cup tournament like? It's a non-official tournament. It's not endorsed, unfortunately. But the fan reception has been fantastic. So it's been running since 2022. So it's 3 years old at this point. To outsiders, it may seem baffling. Why don't viewers invest hours watching 2D tower defense roguelike matches spanning weeks? It's like watching esports. You know how players themselves are so creative, they end up creating esports out of their own 2D tower defense game. What the fuck, bro? And it just had the 7th season apparently at the time of the interview. Right, so I think the interview was earlier this year as well. Even offline, the most popularity fueled an immersive Arknights exhibition. I think this is the one that they had recently, the IS exhibition in China. This is the name of the IS exhibition. So you get to go inside and see anything that's connected with IS and everything. It's fantastic actually. So they wanted to bring like acknowledge the popularity of integrated strategies. It's nice for them to give a little shout out, you know, to the mode that has become hugely successful. You see a lot of it's a cultural phenomenon in China, right? But over on Twitch as well, you see a bunch of people when you see Arknights categories, right? These days, right? You're gonna see people streaming IS D15, streaming IS blah 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 blah, IS. RA, there are couple of them, but not as much as IS. Like IS has practically proliferated the entire category. I'll be real. Right, so the roguelike mechanics is fine, but this is not what I wanna bother. I wanna emphasize certain things. Right, that's roguelikes. I think roguelikes are quite popular. We see the likes of Noita, for example. I think some people here actually play it as well. A roguelike that is quite popular. Like roguelikes are all about the experience of going through everything and trying to navigate the unknown. So that's why there's such a huge RNG factor, and that's why it can make or break your run. It can make your run hugely successful. It can just like end it there. Because I have lost count of the amount of times where I ran into a map in a certain floor, and that map just kills me every single time. It took me a while to like finally overcome that map, but oh, that feeling was good when I finally overcame that stupid map, because it was the run ender, and that was the mountain I had to climb. Whether it was by luck or by not, we wouldn't know, you know. I just had to clear. I just had to overcome it. So yeah. So originally the roguelike mode was meant to be a limited time experiment, as we found out from KOB's Fungi Mist, right? Back then I think it was such a intriguing mode for me. I played practically every day, and I never finished further than the first ending. I never got the second ending, I never got to the third. A lot of people did though, so kudos to them. Because I only played hard mode, I never went like normal mode for these kinds of things. I think I had a fairly decent amount. I was one of the top players in terms of the, you know, the mushrooms you collected for the rewards. I had almost 150,000 on that one. Yeah, so I think on record I have one of the highest amounts on that I know of on the EN server. Other people, I mean, whatever, man. I saw someone at 170k. So he had more than me. Another one had 131, which was less than what I had. I still have the screenshot. If you guys want to see one day, right, I can show you. If I ever remember, or you want to bring it up. I do have that, by the way. Fantastic. It was a record of my achievements back then. So this is why I say, like, when people talk about, oh, Endfield might be a disaster or anything, like, and why there are people who also champion the mantra, let hyperglyph cook, right? This is very important.
Optimum Pride. Fucking inang yan, Optimum Pride.
Sure, show it if I have time. See Optimum Pride though. Right, so they went with the concept of, if I don't enjoy a concept of gameplay, I will not put it in the game. Because if I don't enjoy it, I don't think others are going to enjoy it. This is very important. So I think they're also working on Endfield with the same mindset, I'm pretty sure. If I don't enjoy it, I'm not gonna put it out to people to test, you know, to gauge their reactions. You have to think about it this way. I think this is a great design philosophy, and this is why I think I can have faith with Hyperglyph doing well with Endfield. However, you have to approach with caution, because there is also certain pitfalls that you don't want Endfield to fall into, like whether it's at launch or whether it's during the course of the service of the game. But you want to not be disappointed if it ever gets to that point. Like, keep an open mind, just go in with an open mind and you'll be fantastic, you'll be set. Right, then the initial prototype was created by Roanu, who fused roguelike mechanics with Arknights' core gameplay. The team unanimously loved it. So because the team all said, great, we love this mode, put it in. And then they put it in. Fungi Mist. So as a test, it only ran for 1 month. But by late 2021, Arknights confronted accelerated content consumption and a pivotal game evolution. Player demand for new gameplay surged, and the team urgently needed a permanent high replayability mode. The task of transforming the prototype fell to William, then a key designer. After rapid discussions, they chose to evolve KOB's Fungi Mist into integrated strategies. So why it worked? Tower defense naturally blends tactics and execution, so you challenge the mind of the player and you challenge their reflexes, ability to react, right? In the physically react in a short space of time. And then we have so many operators in the game. Right now, I think we have like 360 operators thereabouts. Right, with the release of Entelekia and I don't know, the other guy was it Noel. What's that? Yeah, I get his name wrong, by the way. Let me go check. Yeah, Noel. Sorry, Noel. Okay, Noel it is. Right, so there's some, and they did the segregation with branch. So now we have, I think in the past it was just sniper. Okay, X here. Right, you just class her as sniper. There's no branch that she belongs to or subclass. So main class sniper, subclass something something, right? Then they decided to, oh, finally let's give a body. I think it was like 2022-ish. They decided to finally give branches and solidify that every single class had a. It was a good thing because every single class now had a subclass, which we call branches these days, and we talk about them performing different roles even within the class itself. Like the Deadeye snipers have high attack, right? But they don't attack as fast. Then the marksmen, they shoot super fast, low attack interval, but they don't do as much damage, for example. Right, so all these I think help to shape identity to the different classes as well. Then directional deployment, initially thought to be unnecessary by the people who okayed it, was retained for intuitive depth. And then there's a grid-based spatial clarity with the, you know how when you go in the first tutorial and everything, they show you, oh, you're supposed to go by the ranges. Like for example, snipers have 4x3 generally, right? But of course it always differs. That's the base of it. And then they knew that they had this to work with the operators, which are the characters that you choose to use, the relics, and the environments. So environments is always the maps. We will always have the 1 and the 3. The 2, I think, added another layer, which was fantastic. And then they had a recruiting thing where it kind of limited you in terms of choices of your operators that you could, have on hand. So it taught you cost management. It's not that there's no cost management in other aspects of the game. DP is also cost management, but it's inside the game, right? Now you have a different problem. I can't always bring 6 stars. I can't just brute force everything in the roguelike. Now I have to weigh. Okay, can I get this for a bunch of hope? Okay. Sometimes it's like cost effectiveness as well with regards to hope. So it's difficult, right? And Da Huang, which was one of the designers as well, he talked about conforming to intuition widens strategic possibilities without burdening the players, relearning core rules who have killed accessibility. So I think fantastic they actually thought about this. If they force players to learn from scratch again, they would have made the mode incredibly tedious. So they wanted to integrate what was already existent and added another layer on top of it, which was fantastic. I think that's what Endfield can do very well, based on like they need to refine what they already put out. They don't have to change too much. If they change too much, then we're gonna be in trouble, because too many changes in a short period of time, right, will make the game unrecognizable. Because there's always that risk when they're running, when they do that kind of thing, And sticking to old designs will be our death. They always talk about introducing something fresh, so that's also very important. So we had 3 difficulties, and now they have the D1 to D15 kind of thing, right? So it continue to add different layers and of complexity and difficulty. Now like your emergencies are even worse than before. And then they also gave more flexibility, especially in IS5, where now 5-star E2 cost reduce, and then recruit 4-star operators. So how some players like to keep holding on to hope, right? Oh, I want to hold on to it. So I can recruit my 6 stars. But 5 stars are perfectly fine and strong to use. So now they are encouraging people to explore the extent and depth of their roster, which I think is a fantastic move. Then they gave team specific mechanics. You have the dice roll at the start for IS3. I think I got some really nice dice rolls at the start where if you get a positive roll, you get this crazy buff, right? You go in with a buff right away. If you get a very bad roll, then you go in with a debuff. And then we have the Fordatos, which I took some time to figure out the Fordatos. They're inspired by Mahjong. Okay, that's very interesting. And then the thoughts in IS5. Now that one is very annoying, but I got used to it already. So the last one is IS6, so we won't know about that for now. So at the end of the day, right, because of the okay, this is important as well. I think for most part you can go read on your own as to how it is. I just try to explain the important points that I believe can convey the faith I have in Hyperglyph to deliver, right? Endfield. So William said that the sincerity lies in their desire to convey the project team's perspective on gameplay to players. That's very important. They want the players to understand the vision. Like, we aim to take our pursuit of gameplay, our pursuit of simplicity in system design, originality, and freshness to the extreme, crafting gameplay that we ourselves genuinely believe in and want to present as something good for the players. So I like the idea in that if I like to play something, right, then I want to make others enjoy as well. But if I don't like it, then why would I want to share it with you? You know? So if, let's say I absolutely didn't like about say an aspect of Arknights, right now, I mean, I can complain in the moment, but I can't keep, for example, in the form of videos, keep making consecutive like 2, 3, 4. One is enough, right? 2 or 3 or 4. People will start thinking. What the heck is this guy on about? He's been talking about this since last year, and this is the 4th or 5th video about it. It feels like beating on a dead horse. The horse is already dead. You're still continuing to try to, get something out of it. Like, what's the reaction you're trying to induce at that point of time? Is it because you feel like people is not talking about it enough, or is it something else? I don't know, something deeper underlying. So the restraint lies in our hope that through rich and simple design, the game can thrive. We consider the players' feelings while conveying what we believe is good. We cannot and should not make players be forced, feel forced like they're playing. Look at this. This is very key. I talked about it earlier on. If you are gonna log into Arknights every single day, and then you're like, oh, I have to log in again today to do dailies, damn. The moment you start feeling like that is a chore, right? You're done. Quit the game already, or take a break. Because you can't be playing it with this attitude. You're gonna burn yourself out. I think some of you will agree as well. The moment you felt it was a chore in another game, another gacha game, you also decided, okay, I think you slowly just put it down and it was just done. You just didn't feel love for it anymore. But it's all about what they find enjoyable at the end of the day, the players. And then they did the, the icebreaker games and all that. They did the positional football, the vector breakthrough, and all that stuff. And then the investment masterclass, I never played online, like on stream, but it was quite a fun mode. I could go quite far and see how much money I was going to accumulate. Sometimes you could eyeball it, sometimes you couldn't. You might have needed to count manually a little bit. That was you with every gacha that wasn't Arknights. You almost fell out of love with Arknights, but it was more of tryharding and not the game. You see, if you start taking everything too seriously, right, that's where it starts to be a mental burden. I also stopped tryharding so much in Arknights. I set personal goals. So now I'm approaching. I'm approaching the game with the mindset of personal goals. If you set personal goals in the game, right, you won't feel like you're tryharding anymore. There's all because you always have something to aim for. You will. This is my advice from you guys to prevent burnout. Always try to aim for something and always change your goals. Like when you reach, but make sure you reach it. Of course, when you reach one goal, change your goal, aim for another one. And it could be an operator you're aiming for. You want to save for or anything like that to give you the impetus and the motivation, or you could, oh, I want to make I want to try playing this operator, so I want to make them strong, I want to give them masteries, I want to start training them, that kind of thing. You stopped playing AK because getting every role felt too much work. How? This is not GBF, you know. I was just going on my own daily life until like this year. I eventually, for the first time ever, I broke 300 pulls. I literally did break 300 pulls. I'm free to play. How is farming for pulls that difficult? In that sense, I don't quite relate to that. Getting every roll felt too much work. Nonsense. Okay, for you, it's more of you have that mentality. I want to get everyone. I don't play with that mentality, so for me, it doesn't affect me as much. Because realistically, you can't get everyone unless you're super lucky. And I'm considered very lucky. Despite my selective pulling, right, at times, I am very lucky. I have like 328 right now, and I think we have 358 max right now. No, sorry, 360 operators available in the game. 328 out of 360 is roughly about 90%. See, I didn't spend a single cent on my account, right? 90% of the operators are in my hand. And I still have stuff I haven't got, like I think Castro I didn't get. Blame Hypergriff for making the characters too good looking. What the heck is this supposed to mean? Yeah, gacha discipline is a thing, yeah. I mean, be realistic. It will help your chances of staying in the game longer. Because it's when you start to wear yourself out about, oh shit, I keep getting shit on. There's always something else in the game that keeps you going, for sure. You just have to find it. Okay, where's that thing going down? After integrated strategies prove viable, they continuously try to reinvent and try to innovate the game and its possibilities. And then of course, generally I think when they prototype, right, they do the prototyping on paper. As I think that's paper prototyping, then transferring it to the game. That should be one of the most basic things that most game designers will go through. Paper prototyping gives you a ability to visualize exactly how the impact of everything is going to be. So you can use card games to do it, or maybe to develop a card game mode or something like that. Something along the likes. Maybe they did it for SSS, I'm not even gonna lie. They use like a card game mode to develop the mode. And then I think there's another thing that we needed to emphasize as well. And I don't think a lot of people know about this these days, because this is a very old thing, a very old thing. So before CC came out, right, back in 2020, for the CN side, for a good 6 months in 2019 or thereabouts, I think maybe it's 2019 even, yeah. For a good 6 months within the game, right, the game's release, there was nothing to do. I think it was after Obsidian Festival or something like that. Then there was this 6-month gap where there's literally nothing in Arknights that was new. Then they decided to create, we create CC. It's like a time limited mode for others to for players to play, to hold their attention for those 2 weeks while they created an actual event with interesting mechanics to put into the game. because I think there was some feedback at that point of time from players, right? It was like, oh, we have nothing to do, you know, we already finished all the current content the game has to offer at that point of time. And then it evolved into a idea of integrated strategies actually eventually, to make a permanent mode that people could play, high replay value that people could go on over and over again to continuously play without them having to think about, oh, how do we keep the players' attention for like another period of time. Now let's say if they wanted to just take a break completely and just not have an event for a single month, right? I mean, sure, there will be naysayers that people will complain, but most of the player base will be occupied with stuff like integrated strategies or RA even. So all these external gamers, right, was to cope with the content cycle. You can't, but there's a point where you kind of just catch up and then the players have nothing to do. You don't want that. In a live service game, that is what they call the death knell. They are on the road to crashing out already. Crashing and burning, in fact. So eventually they found the solution, which is IS. So kudos to them. It managed to hold the extension for a lot longer. CC was one of the first like limited time event that was not tied to event stages in a sense of the traditional sense. It was just one stage, and then you try to clear risk, you know, as much as possible. So yeah, I think that's about it. So for most part, on one hand, struggle and risk are intrinsic precursors to success and fulfillment, but at the same time, you don't want to alienate the more casual players who are in it for other reasons other than just gameplay itself or high level gameplay. Some people just want to clear stuff, get rewards, raise their favorite characters. So you got a bunch of variety when it comes to player styles, right? Some people just do that. Yeah, that's about it. I think we're done. So I can finally end. I did say it's about half an hour and I was right. So my conclusion is that I think we can try to have faith in Hypergriff that they will deliver something good for Endfield when launch is ever coming for us. Right, so I'm out. Goodbye to all of you. I will see you guys. I've been here for like since morning. Although I did eat a heavy breakfast, I need to get out of here. I need to shower, I need to do this and that, yeah. So farm him for 7 hours now, raiding. No, what the fuck do you mean I farmed? No. Anyways, thank you for joining me today, guys. The YouTube side, unfortunately, the chat died on because YouTube chat is so horrible where it's tied to the stream itself. They are left behind on the other side already. I can't do anything. So yeah. Any one on Twitch I can like try to farm engagement from in the future. You know, we raid them, they raid us back. Nah, I'm just kidding, by the way. Don't actually suggest that kind of thing. Is anyone actually oh, but Cookie's not even like streaming Arknights, he's streaming Reverse, which was one of his other ones. Out of context, YouTube chat as well. Yeah, YouTube chat box is extremely horrible. It's tight, literally tight to a string. I don't even understand why that's a thing. Excuse me. Every time I need to like put the chat box back into the OBS docs again, right? I need to find a new link tied to the stream for the chat box. Actual fucking shit, you know. Why not just raid someone? Wait, what? Do we raid him? South? Yeah, why not South Hard Violence? Why not? Did I get their name right? South Hard Violence. I'm getting out of here. I need to rest my voice as well. There may not be a stream tomorrow, by the way. Alright, everyone, please go join South Park Violence in the IS3 adventures, because I haven't played IS3 in a while as well. I'll try to hang around there for a bit, or I farm off stream. I don't know, but it is what it is. Okay, anyways, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate everyone from Twitch and on YouTube today. You guys have been amazing. I think a lot of you contributed to what I feel like we have a very fulfilling and fruitful discussion today. The discourse, I declare, is successful. Alright, so we tried to avoid negativity for most part as well, because I don't think it's a good thing to be incendiary for most part. I took a very neutral stance. Now you all know how I feel about this debacle, right? So go enjoy the next stream I was sending you to. Right, thank you so much for hopping around. There will be more of these discussion streams in the future. Right, see you guys. 07 and good night and goodbye. See Optimum Pride.